streets of a factory town to the neon lights where the sun goes down. From the rows of corn to the city street, you can feel the rhythm of a million feet. With our hands that build, with our hearts that pray, we're the ones that show up at the break of day. They try to tell us that the thread is torn, that the promise died before we were born. But look in my eyes and you'll see the fire. We're taking this country higher and higher. We are America. One voice rising like a thunder roll. We are America. Heart of a lion and a worker's soul. From the purple mountains to the deep blue sea, this land was meant for you and me. Ooh, we are America. We don't need the chains or the puppet strings. We just need the truth that the morning brings. Common sense in the words we speak, protecting the bold and the tired and weak. It's a simple creed, it's a heavy load, but we're the ones walking on the honest road. It ain't about the left, it ain't about the right, it's about the stars in the middle of the night. It's the red, the white, and the deep, deep blue. It's the spirit living inside of you.
Get it off him. Watch out.
We are America. One voice rising like a thunder roll.
Freedom.
We are America. Heart of a lion and a worker's soul. From the purple mountains to the deep blue sea, this land was meant for you and me. America. We are America. We are America. Yeah, we're still here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening, Erie County. Here we are. What a beautiful day it was outside. I hope everybody got some time outside. Didn't spend a lot of time outside today. Been kind of a rough couple days. I really didn't put it on social media. I wanted to tell you folks personally. I spent a couple of days in the hospital. Wasn't feeling very good. So, of course, the guy side of me decided to go to the hospital, listen to my lovely wife, and of course, she was right. Just had some tests done, and iron levels were low, D is low, C is low. So that kind of created some issues. So hopefully we're on the right track. Uh, the folks at St. Vincent were great. Um, I have no complaints. They were absolutely went out of their way to be nice. The nursing staff was awesome. Everybody just kind of tripped over themselves to help out. So, I'm here. I'm back. My cold's pretty much gone, but now we have some other issues. No big deal. We'll get through them. Some medication. Started on some new medication, and lots of vitamins. So hopefully we'll get through this. Well, we will. But again, thanks to my lovely wife to make sure I take care of myself, and I greatly appreciate that. It's nice to see everybody showing up. Jay, Kim, Dave, Matt, the Safs, they were my saving grace. I drove Lance. Lance! Nice to see you, my friend. I was in the hospital thinking of you and you being in the hospital. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're coming home soon. We haven't talked. I haven't heard from you yet. Shoot me a text. We'll talk. And so, yeah, we get a little older. We have a tendency to spend a little more time at the hospital and in doctors and taking a little more medication for this and that. So the Safs were really nice. I drove to the hospital. And of course, thanks to the Erie Parking Authority, I got a ticket. So the Safs were so kind to go grab the Hummer, park it in one of their relatives' driveway, and bless their little hearts. When I came home from the hospital, they drove the Hummer all the way out here to Harbor Creek. So again, you guys are great, great friends. Thank you. We appreciate that. And at least I'll have to take you guys out to lunch for being such good friends. But that's what friends do, and I can take you to lunch. But yeah, so here we are. Kim's here. The gang's showing up. The channels are lighting up. That's really, really nice. There's just so much going on. We sit back on Sundays and compile what we want to talk about. Lindsey Graham. Of course, now I ran saying they took out Lindsey Graham, which I don't believe any way, shape, or form. Excuse my nose itches. Sorry, it's still a little under the weather. But we're getting there. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that, neighbor. And yeah, we had the big reorganization meeting. Special congratulations to Cliff Smathers. He is now our official, by vote, chairman of the Erie County Republican Party. Congratulations to him. And I have retained my seat as the vice chair. So I'm very humbled and blessed to the folks at the Erie County Republican Party that trust me to be the second. And that's fine. It's a team effort. The chairman can't do everything. So the vice chair is kind of important. And the vice chair has to be ready to step up if something should happen or the chairman can't make it. So I'm very, very humbled. Karen Jackman ran as vice chair. She ran a nice, clean campaign, nice artwork, stuff on social media. No mudslinging, which I appreciate that. That's very nice to see us play nice in the sandbox, and I did the same. And she won. She lost by a couple votes, so I am the vice chair. I held that position for 2 years, and hopefully we can turn this ship around and do some more positive things. We got a lot of things going on, lots of things between the Republican Party locally and the Shanks crew doing what we do, and just kind of we do our thing. Sometimes the Republican Party locally doesn't want to get and kind of like entangled in those kind of events. That's fine. We do. Yeah, Jay, you are not kidding me. Look you turn the weather on, you turn the heat up, and all of a sudden people start going Looney Tunes. We got, there was a 15-year-old arrested in the city of Erie, stole a car, went on a high-speed chase through Erie Mill Creek. Homicide, a 61-year-old, 62-year-old man his life was taken here in the city. This is not a good way to rebrand the city. You can put a new mayor in there. You can put a cast of characters on city council that spend more time worrying about pronouns and he, she's, them, and theirs, other than the crime in the streets, nuisance bars all over the place, riots in the streets. But hey, You offended me by not calling me by my right pronoun. Give me a break. I am going to beat this horse to death every chance I get because that is how stupid it really is. Really is. Really is. We got some videos. Oh, I think did we get oh, we got Dave already. Turn this up.
Did we get what?
Live.
Mr. Shank, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How is the Lower East Side Nuisance Bar doing?
Oh, it's this weekend was not too bad.
Really?
No, really surprised. Well, I figured it wouldn't be too bad because of the last week incident. That's usually how these things play out. You'll get an incident, a big incident. That guy got ran over last week.
Right.
So
right.
then the next week, usually it's fairly calm because they sort of, I don't know, get cold feet or what have you.
They stay
But
away.
next week it'll probably pick right up right where it left off. Yeah, I've noticed that long.
Sure.
Even in my career, the career that I had, I noticed when something went down big time at a particular establishment, the very next week would be fairly quiet.
That would make sense because they're like, I ain't going down there. The cops are gonna do a pinpoint patrol there. They're gonna hang extra cops there, and they're gonna go. We're not going down there, man.
Yeah, then it gets forgotten pretty quick. They got short memories.
Yeah, right. Well, because
then
then something else is going on in the city. We have a murder. We got a 15-year-old stealing a car, going a high-speed chase through the city of Erie. So that pulls assets
went right
away.
by the crib.
Really?
Went right by the house here.
That's right. And I saw your video of the. Now, do we have to make an appointment to get it signed up to the craps games? Or is it just you just show up?
I emailed the mayor and I asked her if there's any grants available, because there might be some grants available for the gambling establishment over. That's a new one on me. That was a new one.
All the
shooting craps, 2:00 in the morning in your backyard.
All the videos you have produced over the years, I've never seen a craps. Now I've seen some trespassers and some people doing craps, but not playing craps.
No, yeah, we've had that was a new one on me. That was a first. But other than that, it was fairly quiet,
Oh yeah. Well, hey, at least they were not, I don't think they were being loud or obnoxious.
Well, I didn't hear them. I wasn't really. See, I sleep in a different house on the weekends. It's close.
Right. Well,
but
maybe
it sort of muffles the noise, so to speak.
Well, maybe you should put like a tip jar. A percentage of the take goes to the house.
Yeah,
I'll pay for
and even counted as money, just like the old country western song. You don't count your money while you're sitting at the table. He was counting the money after it was all over and done, and
well,
I don't know how much money he had. I don't know.
I sitting on a sidewalk on the Lower East Side of town. I think I'd count my money too.
Yeah,
and then
but I'm sort of curious. Is Spoons League going on right now, or no? Or don't you know?
I have no clue.
And Brock's Gym, is that up and running? Because man, you had a 15-year-old guy that shot somebody.
Should have been playing basketball at the Nest.
They had the 15-year-old, like you said, that had the stolen car going up the street,
right.
Smashed up there in Mill Creek, or no, I think it was in Glenwood area up there. Glen Drive. I don't know if is that Mill Creek, Glen Drive?
I don't know. I don't know where the separation is up there.
Yeah, it's real close.
Don't. It is up there. You're one side of the street. You're probably in Erie, the next you're in Mill Creek. So
Yeah, I'm just curious if those functions are in function in because it seems like there's a lot of juvenile stuff going on.
Well, yeah, and I thought that was the whole purpose of the Eagles Nest and the new basketball place and tax exempt and loans that you have to take out and don't pay back.
That's what I was under this. At least that's what the people in charge say. That's takes the kids off the street,
right?
Lowers the crime. but I don't know. But
I'm not feeling
I'm just
it.
an observer. I'm
Yeah,
just an observer here, you know.
I know. I'm just a guy that works in the city, pays city taxes, but doesn't have a voice or a vote or anything. Taxation without representation. Just saying.
Yeah, what's his face was real good on that one. Chucky boy, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was real big on that.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I get it. It's the truth. We have all these people that work in the city that don't live in the city because they don't want to, and then they take.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, they take a percentage of your paycheck. You have to pay your occupational privilege tax, but when it comes down to having a say on how that money's spent, you have zero say. That is absolute ludicrous. Ludicrous. And they barely let you speak at a city council meeting. Barely.
Right.
I've heard.
Well, it's all taken up. It's taken up by citizens that got stuff that isn't even city business.
Well, they did the same thing on county council all the time. They would come. They literally came to county council and were complaining about something that went on in the city. And I said, "Wait a minute. I don't usually say anything, but see that tall guy right there with the big glasses? That is Mayor Joe Schember. He is the mayor of the city. Why don't you ask him and not me on the chairman of county council? He's making $100 thousand a year. I'm making 10. Why don't you ask that guy?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they were. At least they were talking. Probably while they were talking city business in a county council meeting.
Well, yeah, there was some. I don't know. They were mad about something going on.
Yeah.
Whatever they were mad about this week.
Yeah. You go to the city council meetings, they're not even talking about city council or county council business, county business. It's fluff.
Ice. Yeah, we're gonna put ordinances in place that restricts ice. You ain't restricting ice for doing jack shit nothing. Which we have a video about that today too.
Oh, okay. I see Jay Zimmer wrote here. Daria did a walking squawk on 10th and Ash.
Oh, really?
I didn't catch that one.
I didn't catch that one. Yeah.
That's what I named a walking squawk.
I think that's something that, like you, Jay, myself, we should all do is, literally boots on the ground, walking squawk.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we do with the videos. And that's why we identified some real shitholes. And what did the city do? They came and cleaned them up. So I was absolutely shocked. We've been bitching about this.
I know you had that shock face on.
Yeah, yes. Put my shock face on.
All right, then that's about all I got to report this week. Maybe somebody else will get us some reports on the west side. We need a west side reporter.
Well, Kim is kind of west side-ish.
Kim is, yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of west side-ish. She usually waits in the wings, waits for you to talk, and then she calls in right after you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll check. We'll have to see if they actually ever paved her road. They ground it down and have left it ground down for months now. So that would be real. I hate taking the Hummer through there, for God's sake.
Believe it or not, when they do pay or not pave, but they grind those roads down.
Yeah,
they're actually smoother than the roads the way they were before they were ground down.
I totally agree with you, except for the manhole covers and where you start and stop the grinding. Then that you got like a 6-inch lip.
Yeah.
We get that. So it'd be nice if I saw some nice roads done. They did that road right there on 6th and East Avenue between right there. They did that one whole block.
Yeah.
My God, is that nice? Thank you.
Yeah, they did that one. Yeah.
That's nice.
Was that state though that did that?
I think that's the city. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's a state road. You could be right. It could be a state road. That's why it got done so quick.
I can't remember. I've seen them working on it, but I didn't catch.
It was a contractor.
I think it was some private outfit that was doing it. But
you're right. That could. I think that East Lake Road is Route 5, so that would be a state road. Good point.
But who paid for it would have been the state, probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's our tax dollars. We're all paying for it. Just fix it.
Either way.
Fix it.
Either way. Yeah. All right, I'm going to get off.
All right.
Take it light.
Later.
Yep.
There you go. Dave, boots on the ground from the just a block away from that poor gentleman that got hit by the car, and of course that post I put up is pushing like 10,000 views, and Facebook put a warning cover over it about its graphic. So if you go to it, you have to accept that it's graphic. Hi, Kim. You're live.
Well, hello, Brian. I'm so glad that you're feeling better. Thank you, Brenda, for keeping an eye on our Patriot.
Well, someone's got to do it.
I know. My heart is very heavy today with the loss of a great American patriot, our great man, Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. It's disgusting to go on social media, and of course, people are cheering and hoo-hawing, and yeah, he got what he deserved, blah blah blah. He's still a human being, folks, and I don't care if his politics left or right, up or down. He still is a human being. He served his country. I didn't always agree with him. I didn't, but I would never wish ill or celebrate his death.
Right. And I know Mike Kelly is very upset about it, and our great Congressman G.T. Thompson, but with that, let's get on to bigger and better things. We are going to be rocking and rolling this week at the Cherry Festival.
It is that time.
It is that time of year again. Teresa Riker, the president of the Ladies Republicans, called me up and she said, Kim, she goes, we can't get into the Cherry Festival and have a booth. So I have a neighbor that's got property right next door to me at the entrance. What if we set up a little booth? I said, I'm all for it.
Outstanding.
So Wednesday, everybody, we need your help. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings and Saturday, we will have a pop-up booth for Patriots for Garrity and Kelly, where we'll be checking people's registrations, getting them signed up, passing out yard signs and stuff. And then on Thursday, our great friend Gordon Shaw of AFP and Katrina of CVA will be coming out to join us. So if you have a few free moments and would like to come out and just come by and say hi, get your yard signs, or join us, we would love that. And then on Saturday, we will be participating in the Cherry Festival Parade, and we are always welcoming walkers, and we will have 2 surprise people there. So come on out and join us for that. Then on the 23rd is the Erie Club Picnic, and as well as our great state treasurer, our soon-to-be governor, Stacey Garrity, will be in Erie to do a meet and greet at the Erie County GOP at 9 a.m. Now, as you know, there's a QR code attached to that. Make a reservation, please, because it is a very small venue, and we want as many people as possible to be there to greet her and make her feel welcome. We also have a couple other great, exciting new packs coming into town. Save this date, October 3rd, Union Station Brewery. We have Faith and Freedom Coalition coming with a great speaker. We are getting Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy to come to Erie County for the first time.
Woohoo!
And we'll have some other big speakers there, as well as our great Senator Dave McCormick, Mike Kelly, Stacey Garrity, and Jason Ritchie. I also want to remind you that this Wednesday, the 15th, is Ladies Republican Luncheon. Make your reservations with Miss Teresa. Jake Banta will be there, and our great friend Corey of Heritage Action will be there. I'm so excited about seeing our good friend Corey again, and possibly Jason Ritchie is scheduled. He should be there, but he might have to cancel at the last minute because President Trump might be coming to Butler. So, President usually has to come first. I understand that. So, but he is scheduled to be there. And then I want to remind everybody again, a huge event. I've reached out to our caucus chair, Marcy. We are joining with all the Northwest Caucus for August 15th, our giant USO party that will take place at the Port Meadville Airport. It's being sponsored by North Coast Flight School and AFP. This will be a free event. We're going to have some big time speakers there. Our Congressman G.T. Thompson will be there. Congressman Mike Kelly, Team Garrity will be there. It's going to be fabulous. Free food, free drinks. Dress up in your best World War II outfits. It's going to be a swinging time. So with that, that's all I have to report on for now. Keep your eyes on Brian's Facebook. Keep your eyes on my Facebook. All these events are available there. you have any questions, reach out to Team Shank and we will get you as much information as possible. And with that, everybody have a safe, happy Sunday and keep frosty. Hey, if anybody wants to buy a house for sale in Erie, let me know. I got one. And with that, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Kim. I think that was a world record. It was under 5 minutes. No, I'm kidding. No, she has a lot of good stuff, a lot of good information. And I just think we put it out here. It's recorded. You can check it out on all the 8 channels that we're on, YouTube and, X, Facebook, all of them, So that's why we do this the way we do it, is if you can't watch the show, you can always come by and check it out later. And speaking of which, the channels are lighting up. It's a dead tie, man. It's like really been a dead tie between Facebook and YouTube. So YouTube folks, thank you. We appreciate that. Subscribe. The big philosophical difference between the 2 channels are that Facebook likes to delete videos and ding us for stuff. YouTube will ding us for stuff, but they're a little more laxed on it, and that's fine. There's rules, and if one of the algorithms catches you made a boo-boo, they'll ding you. That's fine. It's the rules. They shut us off one night, and then I challenged it, and they said, "Oops, sorry, our bad." Like, oh, thanks a lot, but you just shut my show off in the midstream. Thank you very little. But hey, we're just guests here. But that's the way we go. So yeah, again, so much stuff going on. Summertime, please be careful out there. Motor vehicles just everywhere. Just slow down, people. We had what was it? Fennell Farms out here at Harbor Creek. Somebody was probably doing Mach 10 out there on Route 20, plowed into their fruit stand and did some damage. And what was the one on the West County? Somebody plowed into that fruit stand and flipped their car over, ended up inside the actual facility. So slow down, put your phones down, pay attention. Yeah, well, thanks. Dave, we're going to get to that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Here, I'll put his text up there. And again, don't forget to vote daily on Go Area Boots in the Ground. Yes, it is that time. We have a couple of days left. You can vote for us to the 23rd. And you can vote once a day, every day to the 23rd. Now, I guess I'll just use that segue. I had some notes. Mason Farms, thank you. I see my notebook. My handy dandy notebook didn't have Mason Farms. This week the Team Garrity at the Cherry Festival. I get it. So let's talk about some voting. I don't want to harp on it too much, but it's really, really important. I was sitting there looking at all the great locally owned businesses that are up for the People's Choice. It's so hard. It really is so hard to pick which ones are the best, really, except for Gwen's Crafty Cakes. I don't have to. I've sampled their stuff. I haven't eaten a lot of it because I'm trying to be a good boy, keep the weight down, keep the sugars and numbers in line. So everything she does is bad. Everything bad is good. But she puts her heart and soul into it. She is on the list. She made the list of the top 5. So of course she's on my list to talk about. I mean, I made a quick pick list of folks that I really want you folks to focus on because there's a good solid reason. Under the news channels, there's only one newscaster. All the rest of them are weather people. Weather people don't get mad, don't get offensive, don't get your knickers in a knot. You guys tell us the weather. You can be wrong 90% of the time and still keep your job. There's only one newscaster that's actually on the list, and that's Philip Ward. And Philip Ward, I like the guy. I met him years ago. I was on county council, met the young man. He's been in Erie. He's like part of the dynamic duo with Mike Ruzzi. I mean, he's just a good reporter. His stuff is pretty based. Now, of course, remember, he answers to the people upstairs. So if you're like, well, he's a rhino, he's this, that. No, actually, he's a newscaster that has rules. So yeah, another good place we all love, the original breakfast place on East 38th Street. give them a friendly vote. They just took over, a new owner took over. So let's help them keep chugging along. It's always tough to start a new business in this economy. So, we're spotlighting folks that really, really kind of deserve a shout out. Now this next one is probably one of the Mohican businesses of this. Sure find out here in Harbor Creek. Adam, he is in the store every day. You go back to the deli, he's back there cutting meat. Something spills, he cleans it up. And Adam, he literally buys flags and puts them on the telephone poles up and down the main street of Harbor Creek because he loves his community. You can't beat that. So give Surefine Harbor Creek, give them a vote. Keep the small mom and pop shops open, and that's what we really try to focus on is the mom and pop shops. A friend of the volunteer fire department's John Fox. He's a photographer. He basically does all his stuff for the township. He for free because he just loves photography. Give John a vote. He'd greatly appreciate that. Of course, we talked about Gwen's Crafty Cakes. Now, when it comes to bands, this is tough. Kim, yeah, well, I'll put that ticket thing up here after this one. So we got just a few train tickets available. We'll talk about that in a minute. The band scene in Erie is tough. I mean, it is absolutely tough. We got some really great local talent, and it's hard to pick. Now, I've been voting between the band the 814 band because they're friends of the show. We play their song at the end of our show. So, of course, I appreciate them for everything they do. So what I do is one day I vote for them, and one day I vote for my good friend Dean Papacello's band, The Wicked Goose. So I'm stuck between a hard and a rock place here. So I split my votes. One day I vote for the band 814. The next day I vote for The Wicked Goose, and that way we can share the love. And our favorite ice cream place is out here at Harbor Creek is Kelly's Corner Market. Give them some love too. He's a good patriot, second generation. If your pizza's out here, let me know if the pizza thing is really, really tough. We buy our pizzas here at Gary's Superette. Again, shop local first. That's how I play that card. So enough of that. I could go on for hours. There's tons of great businesses. If I didn't mention your name, don't get offended. I still vote for you, and I still like it. So, yeah. So, let's see. What do we have first? Now, this is a local story that we kind of talked about with Dave about ice in Erie. Brenda put this masterpiece together. She took a bunch of little things and edited it together. This is really good, Brenda. This is probably one of your top 5 videos that I've seen you do that absolutely I dig. So, go ahead and play it. So I'll just pause it for just a second so you can read what she was doing in Erie. So there, I'll let you study probably in Erie, Pennsylvania, established were fronts for commercial sex acts and customers paying house fee and then tips. So there you go. Now, this ending absolutely cracked me up, because city council and county council put a big puffy chest that they're not going to renew the ICE contract. They're not going to support ICE. They're going to do a resolution not to support the city council. They were puffing their chest, beat. We're gonna show ICE. It's right here in our backyards, people. Literally, they're operating at Harbor Creek, Northeast, Mill Creek. They are operating all over. They hide in plain sight. And these are the people that they don't want deported. They don't want deported. Just like with Tim Walz and the shenanigans that he just got caught up in. He should be arrested immediately for what he did. So yeah. I digress. Brenda, the next video, please.
Rescue of a family of 4 after their Tesla flew off a 250-foot cliff in California. Everyone survived. It's being called an absolute miracle, but this was no accident. The dad, a successful radiologist, allegedly deliberately tried to wipe out his entire family. But as Stephen Fabian reports, he's now free. The attempted murder charges dropped because it was determined he was having a psychotic episode.
A doctor drove his car off this cliff in a bid to wipe out his entire family. And incredibly, now he's getting off scot-free today.
It's like the crimes never occurred.
The 45-year-old radiologist, his wife, and 2 children, aged 7 and 4, were plucked from the jagged rocks by helicopter.
A white Tesla off the roadway, a vehicle down into the rocks.
Miraculously, they all survived. That's the would-be family annihilator's head sticking out of the mangled wreck at the bottom of a cliff near San Francisco, known as Devil's Slide. His wife told cops this was no accident.
As she was being lifted out of the car at the bottom of that cliff, she was saying, he tried to kill us. He was trying to kill all of us.
Dr. Dharmesh Patel was charged with 3 counts of attempted murder, but the charges have just been dismissed after he was diagnosed with a major depressive disorder that led to a psychotic break. Over objections by District Attorney Stephen Wagstaff, the suspect was admitted to something called a mental health diversion. For 2 years, the doctor attended weekly therapy sessions with psychiatrists, wore a GPS monitor, and lived at his parents' home full-time, not with his wife and children. Now that he's completed the program, he's been given a clean slate.
He later admitted to all of the psychiatrists that, yeah, he was depressed and he had just decided to kill himself. And he knew his wife and 2 children would not want to live in the world without him.
It's leaving me mind boggled that he could admit to it. And then still now he's just free to live his life.
He would have looked at 3 life sentences. Instead, he got 2 years of live with his mother and father and get treatment. Quite a difference.
He even gets his driver's license back.
Unbelievable. Leave it up to California to come with some hug-a-thug bullshit that I'm depressed. I get to talk about it for 2 years, live with my mommy and daddy with an ankle bracelet, and you get away scot-free. Now, here's the magic that I am absolutely shocked. I swear, if I could afford a Tesla, I'd go buy one tomorrow. He drove off a cliff, fell 200 and some feet, crashed into jagged rocks, and they all survived. Somebody, please explain the engineering that happened to me. Could someone explain how a car that maybe was doing, I don't know, 55 miles an hour, off a cliff, falling at over, I don't know, 100 miles an hour, crashes into the rocks below, and you all survive? I swear I'm going to mortgage the house and I'm going to buy a Tesla. I wish they made it in gas. I swear I wish I'd buy one, because that to me is an unbelievable commercial for a Tesla. But what the hell is California doing that you can have a bad day, be depressed, try to kill your family, fail, have counseling sessions for 2 years, live with mommy and daddy, have an ankle bracelet, and walk away? And you wonder what's wrong with the criminal justice system. Right there. Right. Prime example. And this guy was a doctor. Now, doctors are people too. They're flawed. They have issues. They get depressed. But obviously, this guy's got a pretty decent life. Doctor, wife, 2 kids, nice car, probably has a big house, but he was sad. He had a sad day. So he went to drive his Tesla off the cliff. Unbelievable. The crap that that California comes up with. I can't believe it. I don't know if this is old news or newer news. Chevron, I was watching an article today. I don't know if it's a little older. I couldn't see a date on it. Chevron's leaving California. Leaving. Bye. See ya. They'll be out of California within 5 years. They're leaving. See ya. Bye-bye. Do svidaniya. Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Ciao. Mañana. Good for them. Yeah, exactly. Dr. Jekyll, Ken, that's absolutely right. And this guy gets his driver's license back. He'll probably be able to go practice, being a doctor. But I'm telling you what, I think homie's going to go to some serious divorce court issues. You tried to kill the wife and the kids. She might be a little pissed off. Speculating. Just saying. All right, what we got next, Brenda?
Last Saturday, I woke up in the morning, I was looking at the news, and it said that Pennsylvania wasn't going to participate. The governor had said that he didn't want to use taxpayer dollars, and he couldn't find any businesses that were willing to support it.
That's crazy.
I called Senator Fetterman. I said, this can't stand.
Yeah,
this is
out.
Pennsylvania. I mean, the history of America runs right through Pennsylvania.
Yes.
It's where the country was born. The hallowed fields of Gettysburg, the arsenal of democracy, it's all in Pennsylvania. So Senator Fetterman jumped on board right away. Said, yes, we're gonna do this.
That was the right call.
I started to call businesses, and they started to come out of the woodwork. I mean, Chamber of Commerce, Pennsylvania manufacturers, small businesses.
So did the governor not ask them?
I'm not sure what happened, honestly, but they were absolutely enthusiastic about getting behind this. And Bill, you've been through it.
Senator, here's what I'll tell you. I look
amazing.
at the American flag as a piece of art.
Yeah.
And just whether it's painted and all the different errors that you've captured is remarkable stuff. You mentioned the governor. I'm not here to pick a fight, but I just want you to answer this. Josh Shapiro said they, meaning you, obviously had a change of heart at the last minute. That's fine. I don't know. We've waited 250 years for this.
Here's the most important thing. Being a patriot isn't a Republican thing. It's not a Democratic thing. We can all celebrate, despite our differences, America, and we can all celebrate Pennsylvania. I just spent 11 days in 26 counties in Pennsylvania. Every single Pennsylvanian, I don't know what their party was. They are so proud of our state. They're proud that we could put together a great booth that tells our story. It's not just flags, by the way.
Well, Josh, I think your little scheme backfired on you. And what did we take? We got ribbons. We took first place. Our booth kicked some serious patriotic backsides like we did 250 years ago. So Josh playing politics, I'm not going to go participate in Trump's little party. 7 Democrat states did not participate. And of course, Josh, every time you see him on the news, Trump. That's only thing that little whack job can say is something against Trump. So he wasn't going to participate. The birthplace of our country, the message to me is crystal clear that Josh Shapiro hates America. He hates America. He has lived a life of privilege being a lawyer, scumbag lawyer, arrested nuns, locked us down during COVID. Now he's the governor, and now he wants to be the president. But this is exactly what the Democrat Party has become, an anti-American, anti-everything that we believe in, that our forefathers fought and died for. It's just like that crazy whack job on The View. Oh, every time I see a flag, I'm triggered and I'm scared. Oh, it just sends me into the... Then leave! Go away. If you hate it so much, go to Zimbabwe and see if you get a job running your pie hole on national TV and get paid millions of dollars to do it. You don't, and you won't. You have those freedoms here because of who we are. You don't like it? Grab your little passport and leave. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. You don't like it. We like it here. I ain't going anywhere. I've been in other countries. I found some ones that were pretty cool. Go overseas, join the military, hop around the Europe in a helicopter, experience some cool stuff. Hated Paris. Hated France. Man, I hated France. Paris, dirty, disgusting. People were rude and obnoxious. Hate Americans. I have no ambition going back there. Holland was pretty cool. The Netherlands, wonderful people. My God, they were so nice. We landed a Huey on these little airstrips, and they would come out, and the kids just wanted to take pictures of them and the Huey. And it's just in Amsterdam, beautiful countries, absolutely picture perfect, gorgeous. But here we have to hate. We have to hate because sometimes I think we're just given a little bit too much freedoms because then you don't know what to do with it and you're always angry. Ugh. Next one, please.
Just weeks ago, a convicted sex offender and a foreign national was shielded from deportation by the governor of Minnesota. Laotian national Tu Li Vang was convicted of repeatedly sexually abusing a 10-year-old girl in the state of Minnesota. He even tried to pay his victim for her silence, and he called his heinous crimes a minor thing. Just days before this foreign sex offender was scheduled to be deported, Tim Walz, the governor, issued him a pardon, setting him free to once again endanger the children of America. Well, this week I revoked his legal status in the United States, and as a result, federal agents took him into custody, and as of today, he has been removed from the United States. Because of our action, this foreign criminal will never pose a threat to any American ever again. Americans must never be forced by their elected leaders to live alongside foreign sex criminals who have no right to begin with to reside in our country. This administration will always stand with the American people and defend them from violent criminals.
Well. Tampon Timmy strikes again in shithole Minnesota. You should go online and Google up his press conference that Tim actually defended this human piece of garbage. Defended him. Well, if he got deported, it really wouldn't be fair to him because he's not been in Laotia or Laos or wherever shithole country he's from. He hasn't been there since he was a little boy. And what difference did it make if, he was still here? What? So, Timmy played chess while this administration played three-dimensional chess. Timmy thought he was smart. He would give him a pardon, which would take him off the deport list because he's not a criminal. True. Good play, Tim. But when you got Marco Rubio, that's the smartest piece on the board, goes, he's here on a visa? Yeah, those are privileges and they can be revoked at any time. Bye-bye. I don't know how to say bye-bye in Laotian, Laos, wherever the crap hole country he came from. He can go back there and he can do those, not big things back there because it's a cultural thing. Not here. My prediction is going to be JD Vance and Marco Rubio. That is who we're going to see run for president and vice president. Cross our fingers. JD Vance, Marco Rubio. Those two will be unstoppable. But yeah, I just had to get that out there. But the Tim Walz press conference, made me literally want to throw up that he was defending this piece of human garbage. Defending him. Defending him. This is what's wrong with the Democrat Party. They are trying to flip what is right and what is wrong. Wait till you see this next video. I can see the girl with her big hair. I know what video it is. You might want to sit down and just scratch your head and go, Lord, give us strength to get through the next day. Brenda, please.
Black Californians United for Early Care and Education, yes, that actually is a real nonprofit, have decided that they're going to take up the very noble cause of ensuring children don't know how to speak English properly and referring to that as progress. What they're currently trying to push in California, which unfortunately will probably go through given how liberal they are, is that preschools now implement teaching children how to be bilingual. One of the languages that they want included is African American English, or as I personally like to call it, just wrong. They believe that making grammatical errors and speaking in slang when you're supposed to be in professional settings is something that should be embraced, not discouraged. One of the founders openly talked about how she's tired of children feeling embarrassed because they don't speak white. That's not speaking white, it's speaking right. There is a correct way to say things, and if you are incapable of doing it, that's your problem, but don't push that onto the youth of our country to dumb them down to your level. I can't imagine that this is a real conversation that we are actually having in 2026. Our literacy rates are low enough. We do not need this nonsense being forced onto our children just because you don't actually want to parent yours to do things the right way, to read the novels, to learn our language. There is one English language. There is not African American English. That's just nonsense.
We finna teach the homies to talk black English, yo.
Brenda found that video and I just went, how much more can we dumb down America? I mean, like that reporter said, we're already at record lows. Our schools are barely graduating people. And now they want to come up with their own English because it's too white. Well, it's funny if you go to the UK and listen to their English, which is spoke a little more proper than we do. They do have slang. I understand slang. I get it. However, they don't force it down the throats of children learning to speak. You could have a conversation with a person from Australia speaking English. They have slang. My God, go down to Louisiana and have a conversation in English with those folks. We get it. We get it. When I lived in California back in the 80s, oh yeah, everybody spoke Valley Girl. I get it. But to force it as law that this is what you're going to teach the other kids by force is ridiculous. You don't want to speak Valley Girl? Don't speak Valley Girl. You know, it's funny when I meet somebody at work and you have a nice conversation with them. it's fun to try to figure out where they're from by their accent. And they're like, y'all up here in Pennsylvania have a funny accent. Okay, I will give you that because we do have different creeks and cricks and soda and pop. I get that. But to make legislation to force it into the schools, unbelievable. And you wonder why California is like dying. I watched a video today. I almost made the cut today. This guy spends $80,000 a month renting a warehouse. Aerospace contractor, makes stuff, can't talk about it. But he goes, I'm literally can't get into my gates in the morning. I have to clear the garbage and the feces and the motor homes park here. I parked my car on the street and got $100 ticket. However, don't worry about the 50 motorhomes with flat tires, no insurance, no registration, no one has a driver's license. But he parked his car there and got a ticket. Again, remember back in the 80s, it was a Superman movie. It was called Bizarro World. Not to be like Ryan Bizarro, because it kind of fits. Everything is the opposite. And that's exactly what the Democrat Party has done and is doing, is flipping everything to the opposite side. What is good is bad, what's bad is good. It's like cookies. But I get it, but life isn't a cookie. Well, I guess we are running down. It's almost 8 o'clock. This will be our funny, and then we're out of here. Brenda, funny, please.
Aduh, bobo. Wajib Pak Wiji.
Hey, excuse me. Nala, are you doing dishes? I hope so.
Excuse me, sir.
I don't think it was fair to pick on the puppies. The puppies are just babies. Yeah, Matt, the Oregon State has PAWS requirements for all students to demonstrate proficiency in reading, writing, and math, although the state's ethical essential skills assessment. Yeah, they've been dumbing down America for the last 20 years. They really have. The city of Erie is an education system is an absolute joke. They just keep they hired a new superintendent after Brian Polito retired and took a big paying job overseeing the Criz. I wouldn't trust Brian Bazine. What the hell's his last name? He was a former superintendent. I wouldn't trust him managing my checkbook after what he did to the Erie School District. No thanks. No thank you. But now he's in charge of the Criz. He's a liberal Democrat. Gee, let me put my shock face on, and how that money is going to get distributed around. And then they hired, like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 50 assistant superintendents. But no, Mill Creek, Mill Creek's an absolute joke. after they hired an illegal that wasn't even a U.S. citizen, didn't have a PhD as a superintendent, just because he wore a tight suit and had a bow tie on it. He was all that. He flamboozled Mill Creek. He flamboozled a lot of people. I'm glad his ass got arrested, and I'm glad they're going to deport himself. And this Mill Creek, double shame on you for allowing that and not vetting the people. So yeah, Brenda has been scrolling around at the bottom some of our recommendations, not the gospel. You vote however you want. There's a lot of great businesses. Vote your heart, vote the people that you know, businesses that you've went in and helped. And that's what I do, and sometimes if there's a long list, I go for the little guy. I do. If it's like a big chain corporation, something or another, hey, that's fine. I know a franchise is locally owned and people put a lot of money into that. But you know what? I'd rather buy my pizzas from the local guy, Gary Superette, because you walk in the place, the boss is right there. And it's the same thing with Surefine out here in Harbor Creek. You walk in the store, Adam is probably somewhere in the store working. And that's how it is, like at the Kelly's where you get our ice cream. I stopped there to get ice cream during my bad days, not now. He was serving the ice cream. So, that's what it's about. The people's choice. And of course, don't forget to vote for me, because that falls under the radio personnel /show, because I'm not picking on anybody here, but this is an independent voice. There's 5 of us on the list. 4 of them are owned by LECOM, a big nonprofit. I'm not picking on LECOM. I'm not trying to knock them down. I'm just giving you the facts that 4 of the DJs they have hosting their shows, and that's all LECOM. And the other one is another radio station. So we are the only non-corporate voice in the tri-state area, and it's slowly spreading. So let's keep up the momentum. Get out and vote. You can vote once a day, every day to the 23rd. So we have I owe nothing to nobody other than my boss lady in the command center and the laptop and what you people asked me to do. Other than that, I'm out of here. Brenda, outro song, please.
Fight has never been clear. Take a good look in the mirror and tell me what you see. They throw their stones to silence people, build up their walls to celebrate evil. Destructions are what they seek, and they got their man Charlie. But like an avalanche rolling downhill, like a fighter imposing his will, an army is born. Like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is war. One bullet, one shot, but don't be mistaken. They took out a life, but united a nation, and we are not afraid. We rise up against those demonic forces who kill and destroy, but for God who our Lord is, standing strong and brave. The sleeping giant waves, like an avalanche rolling downhill, like a fighter imposing his will. An army is born, like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is war. They took out someone, a dead husband and son, because of his views and his faith. They thought they had won, no idea what they've done. Now they're lying in the bed that they've made. They took out someone, a dead husband or son, because of his views and his faith. They thought they had won, no an army is born. Like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. We cried and we mourned, but now this is a war. Like an avalanche rolling downhill, a prize fighter imposing his will. He lived without fear. Oh, like the force of a tsunami wave, rising up, going boldly in faith. It won't disappear. Now the whole world hears. So let me be clear, Charlie, we got it from here.
All right, everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. I appreciate you spending your Sunday evening with me. Of course, a special thank you to my lovely wife for putting the funnies together, putting some good edits together to make it a way more funner. Here I am with my bad English show, and it's because of you guys that make it happy. Get out and vote. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your vote. We need to get out because with the LECOM folks, they're going to put a big push. They get plenty of airtime on their station. So we have to push just a little bit harder, get a little more people involved, and get out and vote. That way we can at least make the top 3. I will be happy. And if I walk away with top honors again this year, I will be greatly humbled. And of course, say thank you to all of you. On that happy note, good night, everybody. Shank out.